everyone, I'm Femke.
And I'm Esmay.
And we are here today with a very belated October TBR.
Oops.
I will start because I have more books on my TBR than you as usual. But the first book that I want to read this month is Reprint the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, which is the third book in the Ember Quartet.
I think it's quartet, yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least series.
I've been kind of reading this for like a month or so, but I just stopped because I'm scared and I don't want my babies to get hurt. Which I know Sabaa, which I know they will get hurt. So, ow.
I think you said this in the last video as well.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do it this month.
I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna do it.
The first book that I want to read this month is the art that I've received, and that is Even Fall by Gaia, J. Koss, and Boris Koss. And I'm so excited to finally dive into this. I've heard good things from the people who also received an ARC. Other than that, it's coming out October 30th, which is almost. So
Yeah. Let me break into this by saying, this is also on my TBR.
yeah, that's true.
So,
Because I am a nice friend and she can borrow my ARC.
thank you. The next book that I want to read is one that we don't. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. There's a cat there and it's enemies, but it's a book that we don't physically own yet, and that is Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the third book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series.
I think
Also
it's gonna
quartet.
be 4. Yeah, it's gonna be 4 books.
Yeah.
So.
I'm really excited to read this. I really love the first and the second book, and there's animals there and I keep getting distracted. I'm sorry, you guys.
Stop looking at my cat.
No, I'm looking at the bird.
Oh, there are birds?
There's a bird.
Focus! Focus!
I really love the first 2 books in the series, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to continue for this one and how this one will set up the final book in the series.
Just gonna say, I want to read this too, but you know.
So much overlap.
Yeah. Alright, so the next book that I want to read is a fairy loot book from somewhere this year.
August.
Thank you. And that is These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rush. I hope I'm saying this right. Mainly because I want to get through the physical books that I own, because I keep picking books that I don't own, and then I read the ebooks, and there's a lot of books. I'm looking at my my shelves now that are screaming at me to read them. So
Yours aren't so bad.
no, yours are worse.
Mine are worse,
But still screaming at me. So I'm gonna pick this up this month, and we'll see how that goes. I can see what she's picking out. So
the next book that I want to read this month is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. Yeah, I've had an arc of this since it came in the Fairy Loot box
last year, I think.
last year, October or November,
Yeah,
one of the
it was
two.
last year even.
Yeah, I still haven't read it. This came out in April, as in like the physical, like the finished copy came out in April. I still haven't read it, so it's time to do so now. This is quite a monster, and I'm also quite scared for this, but like,
It's
equal
okay.
parts excited and scared. But mostly intimidated by its size.
It's better than Reaper, pain-wise.
No.
But that says nothing because Reaper sucks, pain-wise. Reaper is amazing, don't get me wrong, but it sucks pain-wise. You know what I mean. Didn't I actually
Yeah,
tell
this
you
was
to
your
read-
challenge
Yeah, this was
for
my
last month.
Yeah. We didn't
Sorry.
challenge something this one, did we?
No.
Oh.
But because it's so very late, let's not do that, because my TBR is already out of control.
Yeah, that's true.
You can challenge me this one again.
Yeah. The next book that I want to read, or well, reread, is actually one that I've already read in April, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a reread.
Yeah.
That you've already
Well, it's
read
more
it.
like I've read it recently as well. It's not 2 years
Fair,
ago, but
fair.
I love this book so much that I wanted to reread it. Yes. And that is Even the Darkest Stars by, I keep forgetting names, Heather Fawcett. I'm sorry. The second one, which is All the Wandering Light. Did I just say correct in one go? Oh my god.
Yeah, she did.
It's coming out
You'll
in
learn
December.
someday.
I'm
Well done,
learning.
my friend.
The second one is coming out in December. Cat. Okay, there was a cat distracting me. This is a theme.
There's another cat distracting. I have the attention span of a goldfish, like this week.
Yeah.
It's really bad, but hey.
But yeah, I want to reread this. I already know I love it. Already know this is going to be 5 stars. Don't even bother asking. I know it will be because
you already read it.
Yes.
So the next 2 books actually that I want to read, one's a novella, one is the final book in a series. And those are Prince of Gods and Age of Magic by Elise Kova and Lynn Larsch, which is, like I said, a novella and the final book in the Wish Quartet. I'm really excited to see how the series will be wrapped up because it started so, well, small, I want to say, in the first book, and it just expanded so much in like the span of 3 books that I'm really excited to see where it will go and how everything will be resolved and everything. And I'm excited for Prince of Gods because you get the entire like origin story, which is...
Loved Prince of Gods. Age of Magic was. Okay. How about you do another one because I'm nearly through.
Because my TBR is actually kind of so much bigger than yours, I'm just going to go again. So the next 2 books also that I want to read are Queens of Fenburn and Two Dark Reigns by Kendare Blake. These are like the novella, which is like 2.5 in the series, and the 3rd book. I like the series. I'm like, at some moments in time, I really like the series, and other moments I'm like, why do I like the series?
I sort of have the same thing as Piera has. I mean, it has all these elements
Piera 4.
Yeah. Piera says, like, basically, like, there are all these elements that I know I love, like sisterly bonds and war and magic, but there's just something in these books that fails for me, or that just lacks the connection.
Really put your finger on what it is. And I kind of have that. I'm excited for this one because it has the story of the Oracle Queen.
Yeah, fair.
Which is, I'm really excited for that one. And I'm curious to see how the series will be continued because the way the 2nd book ended, it felt kind of like the end of one story arc.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see like what's going to happen now.
Yeah. But there's 2 more after this, right?
1. The total will be 4 books.
Yeah, I meant like, as in,
after
you get after that one, you get the 3rd and then the 4th one.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Alright, so the next book that I want to read is Bride Burns the Night by, what was her name again? I cannot remember, I'm sorry.
Sarah Larson?
Sarah B. Larson, that's it, thank you. So, the next book that I want to read is that one. I've read the first one, wasn't blown away, but still enjoyed it, so I want to read the 2nd one to wrap the duology up and move on with my life. That's basically why.
The next book that I want to read is is a monster that we have been looking forward to for over a year.
But also been scared for over a year.
Yeah. And that is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, which is the 2nd book in the Strange the Dreamer duology. I've read quite some reviews from the arcs of this book. People have been very positive about this. I've not seen a bad review, and it's not because I ignore them. I've just literally not seen one.
No, same.
So I'm equal parts excited and equal parts scared because I know Laini Taylor, which can go like 2 ways.
Yeah.
Because like she is one for like relatively happy endings, but she's also one for killing off characters, which is like, please don't do that to my babies. But we'll see.
Thank you for reminding me of that fact.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. The next 2 books that I want to read are This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Not V.E. Schwab, but Victoria Schwab. And
yeah, that's the same author.
It's the same author, but the reason why, I think this is a young adult and the other one's new adult, like darker shades, or at least...
I think this is adult and the other is young adult.
Oh. At least what they say is that this one is not as good as the Darker Shades trilogy, hence why I want to read these ones first and then the other ones, because I'm sure I'll like this, and then I'll love the other ones and read it the right way round in my book. So, yeah, these 2.
The next book that I want to read is one that has been on my TBR for quite a while, but it's just one of those books that just gets pushed to the sidelines, and it's been screaming at me to read it. and that is Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Supposedly these are like the Norse myths reimagined as short stories. I have to say I don't know much about this in that sense, like what it's like actually
Same.
doing, but I'm really curious to see. It's not that big, so I hope I can just smash through this in like a few hours. So yeah.
The next two books, and actually the semi to last that I want to read, are one that you've seen many times and that I've been tempted to read many times, and that is Truth Witch and Wind Witch. I am excited to jump into these, but I just never have, and I hope that I finally will this month, even though I'm scared that I won't, because that's every single time that happens that I mention these or think about reading them, and I'm disappointed in myself, but I still want to read them, and I'll try. But we'll see.
The next book that I want to read is one that I've been quite curious about, but it's really not inside my usual like box that I read in, and that is She Be Damned by MJ Chia. I am sorry if I butchered your name. I did not intend to do that. This is kind of like a murder mystery book set in the 1860s. I'm just reading that off the back. Proud of me. But yeah, I like a murder mystery from time to time. This person over here has read it last year, and she was quite like positively surprised by it.
Yeah.
So and the second one actually just came out like 1 or 2 months ago, I think.
I don't remember the name, but it did.
No,
just come out. I picked it up last year when I went home from London, and I saw it on the airport, and I was like, that is pretty, I'm gonna buy you. Which is basically what I did, because they had a 2-for-1 offer, and I bought another book as well. And then immediately picked it up because it was thin and, you know, it sounded interesting, and it was something completely different from what I usually read. And I really liked it, but I really like a good thriller, so, and like murder mystery, like mysteries, thrillers, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
The last book that I want to mention was not planned to be on my TBR, but because we're so far into the month, I can say that I've already read it, and that is The Selection by Kira Cass. If you've seen my vlogs, you already know, because I mentioned these. But yeah, I've already read them, and I read this one. Reread, actually, and
Sorry.
I love them. Am I that boring?
No.
Is this book that boring?
No, but like reading until middle of the night is just taking its toll.
I get you.
Sorry.
I wish I still did that, because reading slumps, but oh well. But yeah, I already read this one, and that's actually the last book for this month.
The last book on my TBR for this month, I feel watched.
There's a cat. Stop being distracted.
Stop being so distracting, cat.
Someone just went to the litter box and makes my entire room smell like shit. Literally.
Like this person over here.
It's this one.
Nah,
yeah.
So
you can stay here.
Take two.
Yeah.
The last book on my TBR is one that just recently came out. Like I'm not sure if it was October or whether it was like late September. But that is The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White, which is supposed to be like a feministic take on the original Frankenstein story. Speaking is difficult. And I'm really curious to see what it's going to be about. I read The Chaos of Stars by Kirsten White. I was not impressed by that one, but that was mostly because I was really excited for someone to be doing Egyptian mythology in a book, and it just...
I remember those days.
I don't...
It was not great.
think, in my opinion, it wasn't executed very well. Let's leave it at that.
I agree.
But I am really curious to see whether I will like this book. So I think that was it for our TBRs. Nina wishes that was it for our TBRs because Nina is done. But yeah, that was it for our very belated October TBR.
Yeah.
We'll probably be here next week with our November TBR, but...
Yeah.
But hey.
That's not even probably, that's...
Yeah, well, it might be probably because I'm not sure whether I'll be coming here.
Right, same.
So yeah, we might actually be doing like separate TBRs for November.
Yeah.
And also maybe separate wrap-ups for October.
Oh right.
Because
Well, that's not fun. Oh, sorry, you can go.
Nina also doesn't think it was fun. But yeah, we'll see what we'll be doing with those things.
Yeah.
In any case, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please hit like the bell icon to be notified if you want to be updated whenever we post something, and subscribe and like and comment. And
which books are you reading this month? Let us know. We'd like to know. And
Yes,
with that, we'll see you the next time.
Bye!
Bye.